Hi, and welcome to the 50 Shades of Blonde show. I'm Missy Day.
Jill Branson.
And so sitting next to me, you may or may not know this famous guy, but I have to say,
It's a strong word.
This is a little twist, isn't it?
The tables have turned, Missy. The tables have turned.
So this is the Robert Morgan who used to have a show, a talk show, radio, and he was kind enough to have me on there many times, right?
Few times.
Few
You were part of the
times.
crew.
It was fun. We had
part of the
always
crew.
had a good time, and so I haven't seen him in like 100 years. So I was like, oh my gosh, how fun would it be to have him on the show?
So much fun.
Put you in the hot seat for once.
Yeah. I'll admit, a little intimidated, a little nervous, a little excited. Kind of a little trifecta here. So,
Good. A trifecta's good.
trifecta's good.
We won't eat you
Much.
much.
It's like I know you. It's like I know you. Yeah.
So let's go right into it.
Right
Go
into
ahead,
it.
Missy.
All right, so let's talk turkey, Robert Morgan.
Gobble, gobble.
So I'm stalking him on Facebook because I'm pretty good at that, and I noticed that he got married.
Yeah.
Really?
You remember those lunches we used to have at the deli?
Yes.
Where I would cry on your shoulder for hours. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride? I'm done. I'm out. Not no more.
Yay!
married man.
Congratulations.
Coming up on married a year in July. We met Easter weekend last year, so
Aw.
it was a quick deal, but best thing I've ever done. Best thing I've ever done was meet and marry my wife. She's my rock. She's my everything, and yeah.
That is so awesome. I'm so happy for you.
Yep. No, she's great. She jumped into the business with me. She helps me out a lot in my insurance practice, and she's learning the business, and it's great. It's great. I'm playing stepfather to a 15-year-old son. Kid's great. He butts. I'm not going to curse. He busts my.
You.
Yeah, I'm that guy now. I am that guy. Matter of fact, I took the kid here a few months ago to the racetrack. He beat me, and I wept softly on the way home. That's what I did.
So
That's
cool.
the skinny.
before we start talking about the biz, because I want you to talk about the biz,
Please.
right?
Yeah.
First, so when, so does that mean that our deli things, our omelet house is over?
Absolutely not. In fact, we can just dial that bad boy up a notch because my wife, she's Mexican. Thank goodness, I love Mexican food. I have gotten her not just to like the deli. She loves the deli. Every other morning, bagel and lox.
There you go.
I created a monster.
Because I love that deli too.
No, it's great. She's really taken to some of the customs and kind of dug in, starting to learn a little bit about that Star O David, which is awesome because I'm just in it for the food and the jokes. But yeah,
Some people never change.
no, they don't. No, they don't. Some people don't.
So let's talk insurance, shall we? Still doing the same
not?
thing? What's changes? Any good news?
Lots of changes. It's tough to have a speculatory conversation with clients, with people, because either 50% I'm going to be right, 50% I'm going to be wrong. Either I'm a genius or a schmuck, right? I think the writing's on the wall. Obamacare, it's on its way out. It is. The changes that are going to occur, they're going to take a couple of years to hit market level. There are options now, even this current year, that people can go for that are outside of Obamacare. These are not perfect. I'm not going to name drop, and I'm not going to start talking about anything specific because it's different for everybody. Okay? If you're variably healthy and your income dictates that you're not getting a tax credit under the current Obamacare, Affordable Care Act, then some of these other options are a good option for you. If you need the care, if you're getting a sizable subsidy, you really need to be on Obamacare. You really do. Next year, plan year 2019, we're going to see some changes. There's a lot going on in the industry where in certain states, carriers like Anthem are trying to get non-compliant policies pushed through. DOI's been kicking them back. The current administration, not here to talk about politics, just it's what it is, but the current administration says, hey, we got to stick to the law. And right now the law is Obamacare. You know, it is what it is. One thing I do want to get out there for your audience is that a lot of people are under the impression that there's no more tax penalty for not having insurance. That is false.
I haven't heard that.
Yes. In 2019, plan year 2019, the individual mandate, the penalty has been taken back, okay? So next year, there will be no penalty for not having health insurance. But this year, plan year 2018, if you don't have it, you're going to get fined.
Wow. So I didn't know that.
I didn't.
Yeah.
That's great information.
There's a lot about health insurance that people really need to take a step back and relearn it. One of the biggest things that I do in my career as an agent, as a broker, is teach people how health insurance works today, because most people come into my office with a preconceived notion of what it used to be prior to the Affordable Care Act. And in most cases, it's just not the case. Okay? Is it perfect? No. Do I have a few tips and tricks? Of course. But it's insurance. It's what if. It's just in case. And you should have it. You know, what I try to explain to people, why do I need health insurance? I'm healthy. I don't get sick. Okay. But you don't know what could happen to you. And what you're paying for is responsibility. And you're paying for that financial solitude. You know, you're paying for that solvency to know that if something happens, you have that dead
Right.
cap.
Right.
That dead cap. There are different products available in the industry that you can use to couple with your health insurance to help you afford out-of-pocket expenses. You have to look the forest past the trees. It's not just the medical bills, loss of income, unplanned prescriptions,
Right.
medical durable goods, home health care. The list goes on. I'm not a scarecrow agent. I don't try to scare people into buying certain things. I just use some really basic common logic. We play out certain scenarios. We talk about your needs. We talk about your budget. Health Markets, the GA, the general. I apologize. I'm a little nervous having a video camera. I'm used to just a mic. The general agency.
There's a camera?
There's a camera. The general agency that I'm contracted with is a wonderful position for me to be in because I'm able to take other products like disability and long-term care and life insurance and supplemental, and we use these products to couple with your health insurance to help cover these out-of-pocket type expenses. And really what we do is we build a benefits package. Like, you're from corporate America, Jill, I'm sorry I don't know your entire background, but if you're anywhere near from corporate America, you know what those corporate style benefit packages look like. Heck,
Right.
you probably had 10
Right.
coverages you didn't know what it were.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's an education process and teaching people how these products really work, where you're covered, where you're not, and filling in those financial gaps.
Yeah, and I think that's, unfortunately, sometimes people don't know what they have
Exactly.
and don't know what they don't have until
Right.
they need it, and then
Yep.
it's a problem.
Especially in auto. I mean, people have no clue what they have. in
Typically
auto.
not, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is remember, insurance is of course just in case. Okay, so you have to have it before you need it. If you need it, now you can't have it. Typically, okay, and that's really what insurance is. And let's take a step back and understand: insurance is a spread of risk. It's other people's money. It was never created to be an end-all be-all. People think I have insurance, so everything is covered. No, it was never supposed to be. So I'm not for the Affordable Care Act. I'm not against the Affordable Care Act. I think that it's helped a lot of people. I think that it's hurt a lot of people. As an agent, as a broker, I have to remain non-biased because I've seen both sides. I've seen it really help people, and I've seen it really hurt people. Okay, but ultimately, that coverage is there just in case. Again, you're taking that proactive over a reactive approach towards your care, and that's really what it's about, And you have to have a sense of value for these types of products, and if you're not, okay, we can still be friends,
Right.
but you realize that you're putting yourself, your family. I mean, a lot of the people that we know
Right.
are self-employed. It's not just you we're covering; it's your business.
Right.
So
So let's do this. I want to make sure that everybody knows how to reach you for one, but your target market. So tell us who the target market is and how they can get a hold of you.
You know, I'm looking for anybody, I'm looking to speak with anybody who wants to learn a little bit more about benefits, who wants to know how to properly protect themselves or their business, because I do work both the individual and group markets. So if you have a business and, you know, you're looking to attract and retain employees or just ultimately do the right thing for your people, it's a great way, you know, to do so. My website, my independent website is Ask Robert Morgan. Where am I looking? Am I looking up there? I've never been.
The
The
little
little
That
thing,
little
okay.
R2D2 thing?
That's what that is. God, it looks like. Okay. AskRobertMorgan.com. My last name's a little wackadoodle. It's Morgen. AskRobertMorgan.com. I'm all over Facebook and LinkedIn. And if you've scoped me out on Facebook, Missy, you'll notice that I don't post stuff that's real cheesy or salesy. You'll never find a post for me, you know, lowest rates in town, click here. I put out information that people can really use, hopefully learn something from, perhaps even share with a friend, family, or colleague. I sell insurance for a living. It's how I earn my income, but there's a difference between an advisor and a salesman, and I'm an advisor. So.
Awesome. I'm so glad to see you, reconnect with you again, and I'm so glad you've been on the show. So again, Robert Morgan, if you have any questions, please seek him out, and stay tuned for our next segment.